This is Second Win with KR Henderson. You're not late, you're assigned. Now, before we get started, I'm pretty sure when some of you guys saw this title, Truth Needs a Hug, you were thinking truth doesn't need a hug, it just needs to be told. And that's exactly how many of us have lived. This is how we move. We think being right is enough. We never stop to ask, the way I said it, did it help or did it hurt? Because if we are honest, some of us have used I'm telling the truth as permission to be rude. And some of us use I want to be loving, I'm trying to be loving. And that's really a compromise. Neither one is leadership. And brothers, let me tell you why this episode matters. Because the greatest damage most men ever do is not with their fists, it's with their words. Same can be said for a woman, it's with their words. Now, make no mistake, this principle applies to everybody. But today, let's talk about the principle and the application to the gentleman. Some of us have spent years trying to provide, protect, and lead our families while quietly hurting them with what we speak. Most men don't wake up intending to wound their wives or discourage their children or just distancing themselves from their parents. It just happens. One conversation at a time, one sarcastic remark at a time, one impatient response, one unnecessary outburst, one apology we never gave. And one morning you look up and man, the relationship just isn't what it used to be. And we can't figure out why. I mean, we sometimes as men become oblivious to why. But deep down, brothers' relationship rarely fall apart because of one big moment. Usually, they roll because of 1,000 small ones. When leadership isn't measured, so it's not, only by what we provide, it's really how safe people feel in your presence. I mean, will your wife, will she take correction from you without feeling condemned? I mean, come on, let's talk about it. When your children make a mistake, will they wonder if you'll just embarrass them? I mean, do the people closest to you experience your patience or only your pressure? And here's what I've learned: the people around us who know us best, they should never have to fear our honesty. They should be able to trust our hearts because truth can change a person's mind, their thinking, their mentality. I mean, we're talking about, I mean, this almost spills over into why we have so much mental health issues. Because a lot of this stuff starts in the home and we're damaging inside the home. Because truth wrapped in love can it actually can change a relationship. And that's actually why I titled this episode Truth Needs a Hug. Because I used to think if I told the truth, man, that was enough. I mean, be honest with yourself. A lot of you move just like that as well. As long as I wasn't lying, I figured I was doing my part. Some of us even wear it like a badge of honor. Man, I just tell the truth. I just tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. Really? I just keep it real. Yeah, whatever. Let me ask you something. Is the truth you're telling helping people or is it hurting them? Because truth without love becomes a weapon. Love without truth becomes compromise. I mean, truth can be brutality without love. So when it's spoken without love, you know what happens? Transformation happens when it's spoken with love. And I'll share something with you, brothers. This isn't something that I read in a book. I mean, I've lived this. About 10 years after my dad beat cancer the first time, it came back. He was going through chemo and radiation, and from everything we could see, the treatment seemed to be working. I was thinking in my mind, man, he's going to beat this again. One Wednesday afternoon, I dropped my oldest two kids off at my parents' house, right? My dad, when I walked in, I could tell he looked a little tired, but if you knew my pop, he wasn't going to complain. And we knew he wasn't going to complain. As a matter of fact, when I walked in, he was in the kitchen cooking hamburgers for the grandkids. I mean, that's just who he was. The kids wanted to stay. Dad and mom wanted them to stay. So I left them. I mean, I let them stay. But I came back that Friday to pick them up. And again, they wanted me to leave them. Normally, I probably would have. But for some reason, I said no. I really was thinking they needed a break. They needed some rest, especially with him going through radiation and chemo. And mother was going to have to take on the brunt of the responsibility. So I took them with me. I took them home. The very next day, my mother called me and said, something's wrong with your dad. This was in the afternoon. She said, meet us at the hospital. I could hear it in her voice. I mean, have you ever had one of those moments where your body is moving, but your mind won't cooperate? I couldn't find my keys that particular day. I still remember it. I was looking everywhere, and they were sitting right on the table. By the time I got to the hospital, Daddy was gone. Later, the doctor explained that the cancer treatment had made one of his arteries, the arteries become brittle, and it broke and it burst. And this is what happens to patients who go through ear, nose, and throat cancer. A lot of times, not all the time. But my dad bled out, and just like that, the man I thought I'd have another conversation with was gone. Now, why do I tell you that? Because when I dropped my kids off on Wednesday, I didn't know. When I picked them up on Friday, I had no idea. When I kissed my dad on his forehead that Friday walking out of the door, I mean, he was sitting in his chair. I still remember it. I didn't know it would be the last time. So my advice to you, man to man, be grateful for the people who are closest to you. You never know how long you're going to have them. I mean, this isn't just good advice now, fellas. This is a wake-up call. I mean, we move and live like there's going to always be another conversation. We do. Like there's going to be another birthday, another Father's Day, another chance to say, I'm sorry, I appreciate you, I love you. But life doesn't always give us another chance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want you to hear me good. Which brings me to the real reason I brought you here to this point. Far too often, we give strangers our best. We do. While we give our families leftovers, what's left. We'll smile at the cashier. Oh, thank you so much. We'll thank the waitress. Hold the door open for a stranger. We'll speak respectfully to clients all the time. Then we walk into our own house and we skip right over good morning. Some of y'all don't even say good morning at all, your first words are who left the light on as soon as you get up. I mean, we skip please. We glaze over thank you, right? I mean, you get what I'm saying? We pass right by I apologize. And brothers, let me ask you a question. What if the people who know you best, they should experience the best version of you? What about that? Because if the people who carry your casket didn't consistently experience your kindness while you were alive, something needs to change. Not tomorrow, today. Because you don't know which conversations they'll remember the most. You have no idea. Those of you who know me, you know I like a good movie. And I remember this movie, Scarface, with the Pacino. We played Tony Montana. And he coined the phrase, I tell the truth even when I lie. Now that's an interesting line, isn't it? It's kind of funny because a lot of us think telling the truth is enough. But the real question is it true? The real question is, how are you going to use the truth? I mean, you see what I'm saying? How are you using the truth? Are you using it to restore or to destroy, to heal or to hurt? The Bible never tells us to stop telling the truth. It tells us to speak the truth in love. Because truth without love becomes brutal. I mean, it's obnoxious. This is why truth needs a hug. Truth tells us what we need to change. Love determines how we help people change. Does that make sense? A man who refuses to tell the truth, he may keep the peace for a moment, momentarily, but he'll never solve the problem. You get what I'm saying? At the same time, being right doesn't give us time, really, and it doesn't give us permission to be right. I mean, we can be factually right and relationally wrong. You can tell your woman the truth and still dishonor her, or your husband for that matter. You can correct your children and still crush their confidence. I mean, snatch the personality and the vigor, vitality right out of them. You can confront a friend and make the conversation more about your anger than their growth. I have done that very thing. That doesn't remove the truth. Love changes the tone, but it changes the motive and the goal, quite honest. Because when you love somebody, there's a goal in mind when you talk to them. It should be to impart understanding. So instead of asking, can I say this? Love asks, can they hear this? Because the hug doesn't weaken the truth, right? Guess what? The hug reminds the person, I'm correcting what you did without rejecting who you are. Can you hear what I'm saying? I mean, you can imagine a father, right? He walks into a room. We've all done it, I'm sure, at some point or another. Walks into the sunrooms, clothes everywhere, dishes everywhere, trash everywhere. I mean, truth without love, you know what that sounds like? You're lazy. This is what we tell these children. We've had this conversation 100 times, son. What's wrong with you, boy? You see what happens? The father stopped correcting the behavior and started attacking the boy. Now, flip that and look at this. Son, this room is unacceptable. All right? We talked about your responsibility, and you have not upheld your end of the bargain. I need you to try harder. You understand? You see the language? So I'm not going to ignore it, son. I want you to clean your room before you do anything else tonight. No games, no TV, nothing. I believe in you. You're better than this. And I'm going to hold you responsible and accountable. That goes a long way. Now I know y'all, some of y'all thinking, boy, you gonna get your behind spanked, whipped, or you gonna be grounded. Hey, you discipline your children the way you believe is right. I'm not here to referee your house. My point is really one thing, and one thing only. The consequences are not mine. I'm talking about correcting the behavior without crushing the person. I don't have anything to do with the consequences. I'm just telling you to correct the behavior. The truth still doesn't change. The standard doesn't change. The consequences may not change. But the son now hears something different. My father is correcting something that I did without tearing down who I am. Does that make sense? I mean, we tell brothers all the time, read more, pray more, be around better people, work harder on yourself. Then 6 months later, we're mad because he's not finished yet. Well, which one did you want, growth or magic? And when truth and love walk together, correction becomes more than just punishment. It becomes an invitation to grow, to elevate, to get better. So, gentlemen, this week, don't change what you say, change how you say it. Before you correct your wife or your children, give truth a hug. Before you correct your son, give truth a hug. You know what? Even your friend, before you correct your friend, give truth a hug. But people don't just remember what you say. We understand that. We know that. They actually do remember how you made them feel. So I want you to get off this, was I right? I mean, we hear it all the time. Was I right? No. I mean, ask or think, did they hear my heart? And you don't even have to say it out loud. You can think it in your mind. And I promise you, you'll start moving differently. Because the goal isn't to win the argument, the goal is to win the person. And if today's episode challenged you, don't let it end here. I want you to visit my website, KR Henderson newvision.net. That's KR Henderson newvision.net. Okay. And explore the Second Wind masterclasses on demand, audio. These are designed to help men grow in leadership and relationship, health and emotional resilience and purpose. Because hearing the truth is one thing, but living the truth changes everything. And as always, life gets better when you get better. I'm KR Henderson. This is Second Wind. You're not late, you're assigned. And brothers, truth needs a hug.